She's 37 years old. She's terminally ill. And she wants, by life, while living, to give away one of her kidneys, which is something that is generally accepted by the medical world. But she's going to do it in a live show, and she's going to give it to 1 in 3 people who are going to be there, our contestants.
Have you heard about this? It's the big rage in Europe right now, the Big Donor Show. It airs on Dutch TV tomorrow. Now, the reality TV show features 3 contestants desperately vying for a single human kidney. Now, it's raising all types of ethical questions and outrage, but my next guest says that you should be able to give away your kidney, or even sell it for that matter, to the highest bidder. She is Sigrid Freirivier. I probably trashed your name. I apologize for that.
That's all right.
She's with the Cato Institute. But Christine O'Donnell disagrees. She is president of the Faith and Flag Alliance. So, Sigrid, you say your kidney, your choice, right?
Absolutely. I think it's a win-win situation. Someone is going to get their life saved. There are 7 people every day who die on the waiting list, and someone's going to get compensated for doing a good thing.
Christine?
The human body should never be a commodity. Neil, we should never hear you report whether human organs rose or fell on the NASDAQ today, and that's what this does. Now, I'm not saying that, there isn't a great need for organs out there, but we need to leave it in the hands of the medical profession, not game show hosts. This television show is exploiting people's desperation, and it's a tragedy.
You know, Sigrid, the one thing that worries me about the message being sent here is that it does cheapen the human body and treat it as entertainment to sell a desperately needed organ to someone who might die otherwise. Is that the message you want to be sending?
Well, it might be a tactless show, but if people agree to go on it and are fully informed, then it's their decision whether or not to do that. I mean, we shouldn't be regulating things based on whether or not we think it's in good taste. The individuals involved are adults, and they can give informed consent and decide that that's what they want to do. In the end, I think all 3 people are going to end up with organs, because the contestant is going to choose one, and then because the other 2 were on TV, I'll bet you anything someone will come forward with an organ for each one of those people as well. So whether
Well, they then have to be
up
pre-selected, but that's another issue. But go ahead, Christine, what were you going to say?
Well, what about the other ones who don't get to be on TV? But the point is, with that logic that she's stating, it's ignoring the fundamental principle that should govern all of our trade, and that principle is that the human dignity does not come with a price tag. If we followed her logic, then we should be able to volunteer for the slave trade, or enroll ourselves into sex trafficking as long as we donate the money to charity. The bottom line is not profit. And again, like I said, the principle that human dignity does not come with a price tag is what should govern all trade, whether it's a television show or whether it's commodities and stocks we trade on the stock exchange.
Sigrid, let me ask you about the message that we all know that there are desperate waits for organs of all sorts, kidneys a little less so, but still waits, long waits, and that this TV show is doing nothing more than showing close up what that drama is all about. What do you know?
Absolutely. I think one of the problems with the dignity issue is I think being able to give your organ to someone who needs it is the most dignified thing you can do. And the way the law is currently in the U.S., you cannot be compensated at all for your efforts. So, for example, if you later have medical expenses, or you end up taking time off work or travel expenses, none of that you can get compensated for, because it's considered consideration. The person can't take you out to dinner.
That's not
for
true.
It is absolutely true. I know the law, and I know what's being considered by Congress to change the law.
The operative word that you said is give your organ to someone else, and that is the most generous act, selfless act that somebody can do. And medical expenses can be covered by that. But what you're doing is you're taking this issue outside of the medical community and putting it into the trade market. And again, like I said, using that logic that I can do whatever I want, why can't I sell my child to the slave trade as long as I use that money for a good cause?
Well,
because, again, you can't put a price tag on human dignity.
All right. Well, guys, I wish, you know what, I'm sorry. You both argue your points very, very eloquently. It probably says something about our times that this is an extremely popular show and very popular in Europe. I want to thank you both. Thank you.
Thank you.